I'm laying flooring right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm not actually laying it down yet. Like it's down, but I'm not gluing it together and stuff yet because I have to see if she has enough.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because she bought it
Yeah.
secondhand, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Like
Yep.
leftovers from a renovation or something.
Yeah, someone pulled it out of their place, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of where we're at with that.
Cool.
Well, today we don't really have much to chat about. We could do quick. I'll just quickly run through the charts here and see what if there's anything worth chatting about. But then, yeah, we can move on to other things. We don't have an agenda. Everything's pretty much status quo so far. What I see, everything in consolidation.
It's hurry up and wait.
Yeah, that's the part I don't like.
Right, because you don't know what's happening.
Well, it's like yawn. Come on, we know what you're gonna do. Just do it already.
Right.
Yeah, there's not really much happening. I mean, I'm sure that there's tons happening, but I'm not following the news anymore. I'm just watching the events. The news is like so easy to get distracted by it. And yeah, let's see
Well,
if
and it's all false anyway. So,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh well, this is new. I haven't seen this article yet. The Nvidia cash cow stop producing milk. The
and what does
circular
that mean?
financing brick wall that was talked about probably almost a month ago. Yeah. Uh, he said, Dario said, personally, I would not be shocked if in several months Nvidia surprises the market and tries to raise significant amounts of debt via bond issuances. Let that sink in. They're saying that bonds are going to get issued so that Nvidia, or sorry, the government can guarantee the investments for Nvidia. Bad news. Like other hyperscalers, such as Google, Amazon, or Oracle, have already been forced to do in order to persist with their unrealistic capex plans, praying the biblical amount of AI revenues they dream about will finally materialize and they can finally start to recover the hundreds of billions of dollars that they've spent so far. When on Monday I read the headline, Nvidia to raise 25 billion, sources say, in first corporate bond sale in 5 years. The thought that immediately came to my mind was, wow, things might be even worse than I thought. In the past 3 years, I covered Nvidia and its AI bandwagon extensively, and especially how cash was spun around among them to fabricate revenues and give the false impression of spectacular growth in the sector. While all these people thought the cash available to them to fund their multiple trillion dollar ambitions was guaranteed, they are now discovering that, as I warned, not only does cash not grow on trees, but investors won't wait forever before seeing tangible returns on their investments. Hey, Dario, what are you talking about, man? Haven't you seen the stock prices of Nvidia, Microsoft, or the valuations of Anthropic or OpenAI? Yes, I did. But that's not the money I'm talking about. First of all, Investors trading shares in the open market exchange money between each other. Not a penny goes into the company coffers unless they issue new shares, as Alphabet just did. Those investors are placing a bet on a company while someone else is cashing it out. It's a meme coin. When a company is still private, like OpenAI or Anthropic, most of the shares investors purchase are newly issued by the company. I'm just going to mute your microphone there, Audrey. Yeah, there we go. Those investors are placing a bet. Oh, yeah, so meme coin. When a company is still private, like OpenAI or Anthropic, most of its shares investors purchase are newly issued by the company, and when they are large enough or demand is particularly strong, a private secondary market becomes available. As a matter of fact, OpenAI had some early investors already cashed out more than $14 billion worth of shares, even before the company goes with the IPO. That's the initial product offering, or initial what offering? Shoot, I can't remember. I see near zero chances this happens in our lifetime. The cash these companies can absorb is not infinite. Venture capital is nearly exhausted. Private equity as well. We've chatted about that. Private credit is still alive and kicking, but for how long is anyone's guess. Bank lenders, after briefly venturing into the space, decided it was too spicy for them to digest, especially when high quality liquid collateral to guarantee borrowings is very limited. This means what's left available to Jensen and his buoys to keep mopping up cash as they spin around themselves to keep feeding the illusion that the whole AI sector's spectacular growth is continuing are the equity and bond open market. What happens when the cash dries up from there too? If by that time the whole AI business doesn't make a meaningful amount of real revenues, then it's game over. The reason why companies generally do not like to issue equity and bonds directly in the open market is that they have to provide more detailed disclosure about their activities. Meaning the room for accounting cheating is more limited. I'm just noticing, yeah, I've got the browser wasn't fully in the screen. There are exceptions, though, like the ones used by NVIDIA in this latest bond offering, where the company provides absolutely zero additional information on its activities and accounts. As a result, the sale of these notes will be fully restricted or very limited in any market across the globe except the United States, because it's not in compliance with disclosures from Europe to Hong Kong, from Switzerland to even the Middle East states. This is all you see as disclosures, where you can find more information. And they link to reports. The use of proceeds section is even more incredible, in my opinion, since it basically says, just give me the cash, no questions to be asked. Here's the quote. We estimate that the net proceeds from this offering will be approximately, and it's blank. Like they don't even put in the amount. It's just dollars billion. They don't put the amount. We estimate the net profits from this offering will be approximately fill in the blank after deducting underwriting discounts and estimated offering expenses. We intend to use the net proceeds from this offering for general corporate purposes, including the repayment and refinancing repayment and refinancing of outstanding notes. In a nutshell, Nvidia can still enjoy blind trust from investors who apparently placed more than 85 billion in orders for 20 to 25 billion in bonds offered. Why? No one asks the simple question. Why a company with no industrial operation enjoying 70% revenue margins, sitting on over $50 billion in cash and equivalents, and without any heavy capex plans, different from other hyperscalers, is raising debt in the market while it should be printing more money than the Fed does? It's something I find quite incredible. In the end, this Nvidia bond deal is not just a funding event, it's a stress test of how long the market is willing to suspend disbelief. When a company that claims to sit on mountains of cash and margins resorts to raising tens of billions in opaque paper, the right question is not whether investors can absorb the issuance, but why the issuance is needed at all. If the AI boom is as real and as profitable as advertised, cash flows should soon make this kind of maneuver unnecessary. If it isn't, then what we're watching is the slow migration from hype financed by venture money to hype financed by public creditors. And history is very clear on who ends up paying when that transition reaches its limit. So, in other words, Nvidia is telling the government, we need to do this, and you're going to cough up the cash. You're going to guarantee those investments, and the taxpayer is going to pay for it if it doesn't work out so well for us. Now, wait a second. Where have we heard this before? Oh, right. It was Larry Fink who said that. BlackRock, just a couple of weeks ago. He said, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Things gonna be okay. Everything will be fine. Why? Well, we need trillions of dollars to be able to win this war. We gotta beat China, remember? We gotta make sure China doesn't win the AI race. What have I been saying for the last 2 years? This was going to be a cyber war. This was going to be a escalation of technology, and that America would have to have the most powerful AI. Did you know that America has approved 6,000 data centers now? You know, China, their worst enemy in AI, only has 300. Why does America need 200 times as much infrastructure as China for AI? That's a good question. But Larry Fink said, it's okay, we won't have a problem. We can access the pensions. We can access the savings accounts of everybody. Everybody will pay for it. They're going to have to. Otherwise, China is going to beat us in the race. What race? There's no race. You have 6,000 data centers coming. Yeah. My take on the situation is that these guys are going to create such a need for this to work. Remember also, right after Trump was inaugurated, it was Project Stargate that was approved. That was a $500 billion project at that time. They are going to see this through to the end. They are going to make sure that the war involves the saving of the AI race We haven't seen the AI bubble yet. We keep hearing about this AI bubble. Oh, the AI bubble. Oh, the AI bubble. Have you seen the charts when there's a bubble? Let's go check out the charts, because that's where we see things, right? This is all about, you know, again, history doesn't always repeat itself, but it certainly rhymes. So let's go ahead and bring up the charts again, because we're going to go back to the US 30. Hopefully I got the data on this. Go back in time. Nope, I do not have it. Let's pick up a different feed then, because I know it'll be here. Let's go to S&P 500. Maybe we can go back to the 90s. Nope, that didn't do it. That didn't do it. Wow. All these guys are just minimizing their feeds so that we don't get to go and see how it played out last time. All right, let's go like this. I'll just go to a different site. Here's the chart. Here's a good one. The dot-com boom was here. Okay, we can see, let's use this one. We can see this low here was 82, right? And then it came up to a previous high from 68. Had some fun around there, and then it blasted off and made the high here, right? What was this high? Well, this was before the dollar went off the gold standard. So of course there's going to be a recession after doing that. You're destroying the economy. You're taking away the value of the dollar. So that just made things look really bad for a while. That low from 1982, interest rates were huge. Well, then what happened? The price took off going into the 80s, you know, started to come back up, recovered, hit the 90s, and then around 1993, 1994 is when the bubble started. And it took off. And it went to 5x what it was before the bubble. 5x. When it came back and found that old high again, right? From 68. Right? Well, then it took off again, you know, going 2012. This crash here, this was 2008. Right there. That 2008 crash ended up making a recovery, right? But we've only just come back to where we were at the dot-com bubble. That does not mean that we have an AI bubble. Remember, the start of the bubble was from the previous highs of 68. The start of this bubble needs to be after the highs of this. So we only just passed by the highs from the dot-com bubble. If we were in an AI bubble, we would be 5 times beyond the previous high, because that's where we went last bubble. We went 5x from the previous high. We haven't gone 5x from the previous high. We've only gone 5x from the low. So how are they going to turn this into a bubble? Dario, dude, you're missing one very important part. Maybe he's not. Maybe he just doesn't say it. But I'll say it. They need an AI bubble yet. They haven't created it yet. They've only just been getting ready for it. The dot-com bubble took 6 years. AI's only been around for 3. We got a ways to go. And I think it's going to turn into a war. It's going to escalate into a war. And yes, they're going to steal everybody's money. And they're going to do it in such a way that it makes it look like things are going great. But they're going to leverage all of the pensions. Why? Because the baby boomers are going to die soon. We don't want to pay them out. Like, how on earth, how else are we going to have UBI? Unless we take the money that was meant for the pensioners. They're gonna leverage all of that so that they can keep this AI bubble going. They just started these data centers. They've only just started getting built a couple of years. They're only a couple of years in. They have a long ways to go. Oh, the AI bubble, it's going to crash. It's going to crash. No, it's just getting started. We just tested the old high from March 2000. We just tested that. We eked out above it last year, and then we tested it. We haven't even started the bubble yet. We have to go 5x from the previous high. So where is that? Well, let's go and bring up the US 30 again. And we got to go 5x from COVID, because COVID was the last crash, right? 5x. Oh, look, I'm at 100%. So that's only 1x. And we haven't even reached that yet. We haven't even doubled the stock market since the previous high. Maybe that's not the best chart because I was comparing apples to oranges there for a second. Let's go back to the... Do I have the data on this? Man, it only goes back to 2022 on this one. There we go. 5x from the previous high. Can't get there. Chart's not big enough. We haven't started shit. You know what? Let's say, you know what? No. Let's say, you know what? We don't have to go back that far. We can just go back from the recovery that Trump brought us from COVID, right? Because COVID was a recovery. We had to recover from COVID. Let's just go from this. Then we go up. No, look at that. We're only 113% up. We're not 500% up. The bubble hasn't even started. People are going on about how the AI bubble is going to crash soon. Are you kidding me? They've just got started. Larry Fink said they can leverage, Larry Fink, remember, they're going to leverage the savings account and the pensions to keep this ball going. They're going to keep it going. Don't worry. They've got data centers built. They're not going to just walk away from that investment. They're going to enslave you. And this is, you know, they're losing all kinds of money on AI. They are not interested in the money. They're interested in the control. Period. That's all they're ever interested. They're never interested in the money. Did you know? You know what? This is worthy of a rant. If they wanted money, they would institute about a 17% sales tax and be done with it. No other tax, no income tax, no sales, no property tax, no capital gains tax. You wouldn't have to tax the overseas investments. None of that. No. 17% sales tax in America, and they would have more money. But they don't do that. Why? Because they're not interested in the money. They're interested in the control. oh, trillions of dollars are being taken out of the market. These companies are going to crash. No, they're not. They're making an investment. They're making an investment. This is data we're talking about. It is the commodity of the fourth industrial revolution. Every industry is driven now by data. They're not interested in the money. If they wanted to be making money, they would have charged $100 a month for the AI and not $20 a month. They could have done it. They know they could have done it. Everybody knows they could have done it. The people who are leveraging AI the most can afford to pay so that these companies profit. They can afford it. They don't have to pay it. Why? Because Anthropic, ChatGPT, OpenAI, Grok, XAI, none of them are charging enough money for anything. They are not even looking at the costs before they charge. They are simply, hey, let's put a price tag on it so that we can get people addicted to it. That's all they're doing. The data is worth more than the money. That's why this is a reset, folks. Pay attention to what's going on. This is a reset. The AI bubble is going to pop soon. No, it's just getting going. It's just getting going. They have yet to take your pensions, you idiots. Don't worry, though. They'll take them. They have yet to take your savings account. Don't worry. They'll get to it. They're not going to stop. Don't worry. It's all coming together. They don't want the money. They want the data. And they want all of us addicted to AI so they can pull that rug and then have greater control. That's what they want. They don't want the money. They want control. And they're going to simulate this bubble to maintain it so that everybody thinks it's real. This is how they do it. This is not I'm not inventing this as some conspiracy theorist idea to try to get clicks. No, this is history playing itself out over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's why they call them revolutions, because they just go around in circles over and over and over again. You know, you can get off that merry-go-round if you want. Most people don't even want to do that. They want to stay on the merry-go-round and put in another quarter to make it go around again. And then bitch and complain to the people who are telling them, you know, you can just get off that boring ride. It just goes around in circles. You can get off of it. And then they sit there on the merry-go-round pointing at the people who are encouraging them to get off the merry-go-round. And they're laughing at them saying, you don't know what you're talking about. Maureen, how's it going? Oh, you're muted.
Every day it's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Oh, I like you in red.
Thank you.
Yeah. I haven't seen you in red before. I don't remember you in red.
I don't think so. I think this will be the first time you'd ever seen this. I wore this the first time yesterday.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. We just found a very good thing. It's called fascia dancing.
Oh.
I love to dance. I've always loved to dance. So that will incorporate two of my favorite things is
yep.
Movement and fascia. So we're happy to find it.
Nice.
Yeah. So what's up today? We have any? Ron has already death scrolled about the deaths and
Doomsday scrolling.
doomsday scrolling. He's already done that.
Yeah.
So much happier now.
Oh,
No,
I know.
Not. So anything going on in the markets that we need to, you've already probably covered it, but
I did. Yeah, the big thing that we're seeing the big news right now this week is Nvidia, chip manufacturer. They went ahead and they got the government to agree to issue a bond so that they could get some more liquidity. Imagine that. Now the people are going to have to pay for Nvidia to expand. And of course in bond markets, if you're in the bond market, now you got to provide a lot of disclosure, right? But because Nvidia is a US based company, they don't have to provide disclosure to the US bond market, only if they were to do it to the international bond market. Oh, but where have we heard this before? Oh yeah, that's right. A couple of weeks ago, Larry Fink said that they were going to leverage the pensions and the savings accounts for everybody in order to make sure that America won the AI race. Did you know? Did you know that America and Canada, the two of them, because they're basically the same thing, that they have approved the construction of 6,000 data centers? 6,000 in North America. You know their worst enemy, right? Because we got to fight against China, the worst enemy. And if they win the AI race, then we're going to be done. The world will be doomed. Do you know how many data centers China has? 300. So America needs 20 times the amount of data center that China does. Oh, you're muted.
I thought China was, there was somehow linked that we were going to become allies with China. Is that just hearsay or that again, and Russia being the one that
China's for China.
is going to be kind of out?
Well, China owns most of the White House, so there is that. But I mean, it's really more so about land than anything. It's more so about control over the land. Ah, you're muted again.
There's one comedian that talked about she was introducing herself in Canada, and she said, "Oh yeah, I'm Chinese, but I don't own any land. I haven't bought anything here in Canada." So I was, that was like the joke about Chinese come and buying.
Yeah.
Is that true in China as well? I mean, in Canada as well?
Oh yeah, Vancouver is basically owned by China. The whole city. Yeah, it's it's
That's sobering.
It is. It is. And when it comes right down to it, I don't believe any of it. I don't believe that China is the enemy. I don't think China's AI is a risk to humanity. In fact, conversely, the models that are coming out, the AI models that are coming out of China, they are self-sovereign, meaning you can install them on your computers. You don't have to subscribe to them, meaning you don't have to spend $20 a month or $40 a month to subscribe to them. Anthropic, though, you got to pay $28 a month. Grok is $40 a month. ChatGPT is $20 a month in order for you to use it. China is giving them away for free. Well, if China's literally giving the models away for free and America is charging for them, why is America concerned about being behind in the race? There is no race. Aw, look at that.
Oh, Audrey Lynn's in her garden.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, you're putting in like topsoil or mulch or
Just trying to keep on top of the weeds.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
We had so much rain, we weren't able to get out there. And then it's a sunny day now, and so she's out there.
Yeah, now the weeds are coming up now. That's just what weeds love. You know, the natural weather.
Yeah.
I actually planted, Audrey Lynn, I planted dandelions in a pot. And they're growing well. And also, we love purslane, which also grows
I'll send
wild.
you dandelions.
You'll send what? Yeah, look at that. Wow.
I'll send you dandelions.
You'll send me dandelions.
Yeah.
Just remnants of dandelion. The root, we give them to the chickens. Oh yeah, there they are.
I haven't heard a bee.
Here I have marigold.
Yeah, nice. Those are nice insect repellents, right? Is that a chicken?
Anyway, I got more weeds than food.
The marigolds you planted, right? That's not a weed, is it? That's definitely a chicken. I recognize them.
Oh yeah, they got the whole thing.
Can you see them?
Yeah, there they are.
Hang on. There we go.
Oh yeah, let me get that up bigger. Oh my goodness, look at them. Are they're mobile, right?
No, they're
that's
in a fixed pen.
Oh, they are in a fixed pen.
Yeah, I've been feeding them worms, and so they're waiting for me to. Since I'm
Oh, I
close, they're
bet
waiting- Hush.
they love you.
They're waiting for me to produce, because at least I can feed chickens. How's your garden growing, Maureen?
Well, I should take you outside. I'll take you outside.
Oh yeah.
See if I can do that. I was gonna upload this to the Purple People Eaters Potato Club, but hold on. Ron did a little YouTube. I just did YouTube, a little video. Hold on, I'm getting my shirt.
Are you going to send that out through the email?
Well, I need to learn how to upload. I'm waiting till we have our little chat thing and getting all that set up. And then I've taken 2 little clips. Let's see, here we go. I'm just going to turn you on. Can you see that?
No, we see mostly sky.
Oh,
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah. Awesome. Oh, if you're talking Maureen, it got muted somehow. You might have bumped the button.
let's see. Oh, there. It should be open. And then you can see right up here, this little thing. They're clipped. I don't know, but I've never seen so many flowers on potatoes before, and these are russets, organic russets from the store. So that's how our little, and this is unknown.
I wonder if they're getting ready to seed.
What's the? Oh, these right here or these? Yeah,
Whatever has the flowers.
Yeah, that's the potatoes. Those are potatoes. Yeah, these are the potatoes. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, just a leaf just fell. So then we have strawberries and tomatoes. I don't know if you can see all this.
Yeah, potatoes flower, but they can also produce their own seeds from flowers.
Wow. I need to learn more. That's a good thing. We're ready to pick these tomatoes. I don't know. And then cilantro we got going right there. Cilantro likes it cool. And then we're at the end of the blueberries. And then this is our tarragon over here. And I've forgotten the name of this. Oregano, basil, of course, and the end of the parsley. So that's kind of our little garden. I'm not going to go up. Then there's chard at the end here. And the moringa is back over there. I don't know if you can see that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing. I hope you can see all that stuff. Anyway, that's a big part of our garden.
Well, there we have it.
Papa has a new shirt.
Yeah.
Mama has a new dress. I need to get a new dress. I need to get some blouses here. Starting to be threadbare. I wear them till they wear out. I just love my clothes. Oh, we need more clothespins, Ron said. Oh, safety pins. Anyway, there we go. Good to see your garden. That's really nice. It was nice to see that. That was like, makes me smile. You know, like, yay.
Yeah. Look at Earth producing life.
I know. Amazing, isn't it? Well, I miss
Wow.
Zoa. I miss having Zoa on the line. She's a character, isn't she? She's so delightful. She's a delightful person,
Indeed.
as you all are. But don't mean to imply that you guys are like sticking the nuts. Oh, look at Audrey Lynn going for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been up since 5, so I'm like, this is the end of my day.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And Ron's making breakfast. Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
He is the chef. I just talked to my daughter. Oh, I want to talk to you about this, Paul. My daughter, who has, she's on Social Security disability, but she always is trying to find a job. She's always working they have a program where you can work. And I don't know, is that from Audrey's?
It might be, yeah. It looks like it. I'll just mute. There we go. There we are.
Oh, that's much better. So I told Renee, I said, because she was saying what she was making, and she's done all these foods, and she freezes, and she has little meals frozen for everybody because they take care of her husband's dad, who's 96. So she's making all these meals, and she just loves doing it. And I said, well, why don't you make Ron and me some frozen entrees? I used to get them because it's hard for us because we have to use all our energy, making meals. So I said, why don't you make us some entrees, and I'll pay you what I paid the company when I used to get them. Like I paid $11 to $15, for serving. So she's going to freeze them, which she does anyway. And I said, I think Jeanette may want some because, she has a really hard time too. And she has bought from these places. And this way you can get organic and you can kind of say what you want and Renee will do it. So even I was saying, even 4 entrees for 2 weeks, that would be enough for us to pepper it through the 2 weeks. And, $60, which would be less than going out to eat, and we could just add some vegetables and just have vegetables and the entree the way we want it, organic, and no sugar, and no flour and all that kind of stuff. And so she said, yeah. Then I go, of course, then I go like way to the end, like saying, oh, and then you could do this, and I'm sure you could have a PMA, and you wouldn't be liable, and all of this stuff. So I do want to talk to her about that. She's coming over tomorrow. So I would like to talk to her more about that PMA, and maybe we would have because they're trying to find out a way to pay for their new Tesla. They bought a Tesla. So they're doing Uber, and this would be another way to pay for their Tesla. So here's we've got the PMA, which I want to start. I want to do this. So it's something maybe Renee and I could do together, which would be nice.
Yeah.
And she could start to get involved in, because she's taken all these accounting classes, and she's got a degree in math, and so it's like kind of right up her alley. But she just can't work full time in the system; it's too stressful.
Right. Yeah.
She can for a while, and then it's not doing the work; it's interfacing with the bosses in the system. It's toxic, and she's just like allergic to it. So, gosh, I never thought of it that way before, but that's what it is. I knew that she had a difficult time with the structure, and they won't let her be her, and to work for somebody else. She's very. Right. So anyway, and I know so many people that have kids that are, quote, I think toxic to the system. They can't do it for long, and you don't need to be disabled. You don't need to have that label, that energetic surround, Mayan sheath around you. So she could do that. That would be interesting. Anyway, if I'm going to talk to her tomorrow, what would I say? What I told her today was private members association. When you have one of those, you make an agreement with people, and you're operating outside of the system. So and then we'd set it up sort of like what you were talking about, Den set up, kind of a thing for her. And, how do we begin, I guess? What are the beginning steps on that?
Well, the first thing would be like to determine where's governance coming from.
Okay, that's good. So governance would be her and her husband.
Yeah. Yeah, and so then they would be the board.
They'd be the board. Okay, so this is what I want to tell her tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then, okay, so where's governance coming from? And it's outside the system. Mm-hmm. And you're going to set up a financial system in order to handle, see what Audrey Lynn has done is how she has set up her bank accounts. Would you want us to talk with Audrey Lynn? Would that be a good kind of expansion of this? Or, I mean, of course, talking to you, but what are your thoughts on that?
Well, Audrey Lynn doesn't have much of an interest in sharing how she does the finances and stuff like that, like setting up bank accounts and all that. She wants to share more so what her passion is the health, Yeah. But the setting up of accounts and all that, that's something that we could do together.
Okay. All right. So let's see. And what I'll do is I'll tell them how that you set up accounts in a certain way so that this is always off the grid. I mean, they could just do it and not claim it. Do you know what I mean? And they could work around the system, but this is a way to do it legally and to also set up their own business in a way that who knows what they've been taking care of Lou for Lou is Renee's father-in-law. He's 96 now, and he's losing his ability to transfer. So, I mean, they do everything for him. I mean, they are such good caregivers. They make sure that he loves to gamble. So they take him to the casino. And sit with him, and then they take him to, they do something every day so that he's outside and moving. And, they're very hands-on providers, not just the person sits watching television all day. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, let me see what happens tomorrow with them, and I'll talk to them and just see. They may be interested. I don't know. I don't know what the interest is, but I'm interested.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm trying to like gender that, and I think what I'll use, when we do Reawaken, I can do that. I can set up a specific focus that would be something like to create a private members association that will serve both the people, both us and the people that we serve.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the has anybody talked to you about this with the PMA, setting up a specific focus? It's kind of like a mission statement.
Yes.
It would be like a mission statement, but you're always setting that intention.
That's the key, is that if you don't have a vision, it's actually not really much of a point to create an association.
Right. So it would have to be where they would serve using her expertise, and they've got a lot of tools because she's got like a beef, one of those things you go like this, and the beef, the ground beef comes out. What is that? Meat grinder. A meat grinder. They've got an air fryer. They've got this. They could do frozen and ready to eat. So they have the tools to do it. And Renee has the varied interest. Like she said, we could do Mexican, then we could do Asian, and then we could do Chinese, and Japanese, Chinese. Then we could do American, or like lemon pepper chicken. Oh yeah, I love lemon pepper chicken.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so she has the interest in doing that, and they have the freezer capacity and the tools to do that. Freezer where you take all the air out. So, yeah.
The freeze dryer.
Well, it's not freeze dryer, but it's freeze. It's like a compressor where you take the air out of something, and so that it can freeze. Is that freeze dried? That's not freeze dried.
Oh no, that's right. Freeze drying is where it's like taking out the moisture.
Yeah, you dehydrate. Right. Yeah. So that would be great, but we're planting more moringa, and I want to get a pellet maker to make moringa for the chickens all year round. Plus, for us, it's such an incredible product. Anyway, so I feel good. You can tell I feel better. All of a sudden, I'm planning to do all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now what is it that I can actually do? But I would like to support Renee in fulfilling her love of cooking, and for her to be able to make a little bit of an income from it, however far she wants to take it. That's what I'd like to do. So I'll ask her. I'll talk to them and see what their specific focus would be. I know what mine is just support her in whatever way that I can, whatever way comes to me. Not financially. Well, maybe a little bit financial. I have a little bit of money. I'm running out, but I don't want to incur any ongoing debt. I mean.
Yeah, of course.
So, we're recording. Oh well. This isn't going to YouTube, right? Nobody's going to be interested in this.
Yeah, no.